vortex. I thought that I'd sing you a little song here on my ride home with my trunk full of groceries. Hopefully aren't poison. Does Trader Joe's operate with the same ethics that the rest of the corporations operate? I hope not. They're based in California. And I know that people talk a lot of shit about California, but I think that they care more about the environment over there than they do over here. And I know that people bitch about all their regulations. But while I don't agree with a lot of them, they might have the best of intentions. Well, I don't think that the government ever does, but I think the people generally do. But if you really think about it, which very few people do, they would realize that most of the things that they do, most of the things that they implement, they say everything's going to be better, but it never is. Probably because people are still shitheads, and the government is still bad. And as long as those two things don't change, then nothing's ever gonna change. It's just gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse. But anyway, I hope Trader Joe's is alright. I'm just gonna say a prayer before I eat every single time. That's what I should do anyway. Now, a lot of people pray before they eat or before they go to bed or right when they wake up. I don't do that. I just pray whenever I feel like it, which is intermittently throughout the day. So, I think that's better than being a regimented, boring-ass plebeian sheep. But I realize that that's just what they need. They need to say this every single day in the same exact way. It's part of their routine. It makes some think that they're a good human being, so I don't want to keep them from that. And I know that I sound like such a judgmental cunt most of the time, but I promise that I want you to do right. So I was originally going to talk about something, and I totally forgot what it was. Ooh, 50, 50, 50, uh-oh, oh no, 50, 50. Good thing I don't have the drugs that I used to have carried around with me everywhere I went, because I didn't know how to not be high. Those were the days though, right? Back when they weren't making it so obvious that they were spiking the motherfucker out of the cannabis plant. I'm still watching now. Once a pothead, always a pothead. Once a criminal, always a criminal. But tell me, what the fuck is being a criminal? When no one's in law enforcement, when no one's working for the government, the ones with the most authority, they rape children. Why are you bowing down to them? Why are you obeying them? Why do you have to ask permission? I'll never understand you, but I'll spend my life trying to understand you so that I can help you. Because we know that you don't want to help you. No, 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 because you can't keep playing the victim. So annoying. last time. Don't you see what continues to happen to them? Why do you think that's gonna stop? All because you press a button, ain't gonna stop. All because you more than mention your opinion online. Where else would you do it? Well, I just don't understand people that take anything seriously. I just don't understand all these people that think anything's legit. I just don't understand. How can you look around you and not be so dumbfounded? How can you look around you and possibly be astounded that this is what happens when everybody's doing this number? How could you look around you? Everything is poison. How can you look around you and say this is such a great nation? Let's just laugh for a second at patriotism. You're proud to live here. I'm sorry, y'all. I am a cunt. I don't understand that shit, though. It's like, what are you taking pride in anyway? Like, let's pretend that the majority of people here aren't, mentally ill. Let's pretend the majority of people here aren't obsessed with their material possessions. Let's pretend the majority of people here are actually happy. Let's pretend the majority of people here are not obese. Let's pretend the majority of people here aren't convinced of a bunch of things that aren't true. Okay? Let's just pretend. It's still nothing to take pride in.